technology from working from home. This is where we'll get into that VPN a little bit here. So these are some of the key things that basically every company needs if they are to have their staff work remotely. You'll need a VPN. And what a VPN is, it's a virtual private network. The internet itself is a public network. All the data, one way I like to kind of, the analogy I like to use, for some of us that are a little bit up there in age, the old time phones, the phone that was plugged into the wall, if you were to make a phone call on that, there's nothing really stopping the phone person out there on the pole to put a couple little devices onto the wire and they can listen in on what's going on. Same thing with the internet, it's all public. So if somebody was to, along the way, from your home computer to your internet provider's router at your home, then that goes to the ISP's location, and then how many other different routers and switches your data passes along the way. Somebody can sit anywhere along that line and just kind of what they call sniff the data and collect all that and start looking for credentials and whatever. A VPN creates a virtual tunnel, a private tunnel between your device and some remote device, whether it's your company's router or another computer on the other end, a server or something, and it encrypts all that data so no one can get in there and kind of sniff and see what's going on. So a VPN is extremely important whenever you're connecting remotely back to your office or remotely to a different location, whether it's like a cloud, something in Azure or Amazon, a server hosted there. A VPN is extremely important. For most people then, a lot of our clients, they remote into their desktops then at their office. So they need something called remote desktop services, RDP. You want to be, now this is where your IT comes into play, is that you don't want your remote desktop servers to be accessible publicly on the internet. You do want those kind of behind a VPN. That's most of the hacks that go on are happening through open RDP servers. So RDP is extremely important. It allows you to remote control machine basically as if you were sitting there. It's a great tool. It just needs to be protected properly behind a VPN. Phone systems, having a voice over IP phone system, which basically means instead of using the old phone lines, it goes over the internet, extremely important. They have a lot of features. One of them is the ability to plug it in anywhere and it works as if it was at your office. At the Miller Group, some of the people here decided to go ahead and take their handsets home with them and plug them in. And if I was to dial Chad's extension, Chad's sitting at his home office right now, it would work as if he was sitting at his office here. It would ring right through. So a voice over IP phone system, extremely important. There's a lot of great features that are built into those things. You can even save some money over the regular POTS service, plain old telephone service. I think that's what that stands for. Another big tool to have is communication software. And you can think of communication software as what most of us think of it is Outlook, email. That's communication software. But when you're talking about collaborating with your coworkers, having a tool like Slack, or what we would recommend, Microsoft Teams, is a great tool to go ahead and collaborate remotely. It doesn't matter where you're at. You can access it on your phone, at your office computer, at your home computer. Not only can you have chats, one-on-one chat type messages going on, you can have one-to-many. You can do live events with this, like this in it. Like I said earlier, we host our morning meetings where everybody gets on there and we get to see everybody's lovely faces through Teams. The great thing with Teams too, though, is you can integrate your files. So we have all our files that we share are listed there as well. Teams or Slack, programs like that are great and crucial for working remotely.